Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into a situation that's got everyone in Washington talking.
Yeah, this is a good one.
A real political thriller. We're going to break down the Senate confirmation process for President Trump's pick for Labor Secretary.
Lori Chavez-DeRemer.
That's right, Lori Chavez-DeRemer. And what makes it so fascinating,
Buckle up.
is that she might actually need Democrats to cross the aisle to get confirmed.
You got it. And we're going to unpack all the reasons why.
All right. So for those of you who maybe haven't been following every twist and turn, can you give us a quick rundown?
Sure. So the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, they call it HELP.
HELP, yeah.
Which I find kind of ironic in this case.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They're the ones, they have to vet her, right? They have to look at her qualifications.
Right. They're like the first hurdle.
Exactly. They got to vote and say, yeah, we think she's good, or no, we don't think she's good.
And then it goes to the full Senate.
Right, exactly. Now, the Republicans have a slight majority on this committee, 12-11.
Okay, that should be enough, you'd think.
You would think, but here's where it gets tricky.
Yeah, what's the catch?
One of those Republicans, Senator Rand Paul,
yes.
he said, nope, not voting for her.
So they're down to 11.
11, which means they need at least one Democrat.
To break ranks, essentially.
Yeah, to break ranks, yeah. And this is where it gets really juicy.
This is where the plot thickens.
Exactly.
So why is Rand Paul, why is he saying no? What's his reasoning?
Well, he's concerned about Chavez-DeRemer's past support for some pretty, pro-labor policies. In particular, he brings up the PRO Act.
The PRO Act.
This was a bill that was, pretty controversial.
So for people who may not be, up on all the labor law jargon.
Right.
Can you give us the Spark Notes version? Like, what was the PRO Act trying to do?
Well, it was essentially trying to make it easier for workers to unionize.
Okay, and that's why businesses weren't crazy about it.
You got it. They felt it was tipping the scales too far in favor of unions.
So Chavez-DeRemer supported that, but then in her confirmation hearing...
She's changed her tune.
This sounds like she's had a bit of a change of heart, right?
Absolutely.
She's now saying she's all for these right-to-work laws.
Right.
Which are pretty much the opposite of the PRO Act, aren't they?
Yeah, they're kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Because right-to-work means you don't have to join a union.
Right, even if the majority of workers at your workplace vote for one.
Yeah, and that's why unions see these laws as, like, a real threat.
Yeah, they argue it weakens their bargaining power.
Okay, so Chavez-DeRemer needs a Democrat to come to her rescue.
At least one, yep.
And the two names everyone's watching are Senators Maggie Hassan and John Hickenlooper.
From Colorado, yeah.
So where do they stand on all this?
Well, Hassan's already said she's a yes.
Really? So she's fully on board.
Even if they don't agree on every policy.
So Chavez-DeRemer can probably breathe a sigh of relief on that one.
Yeah, for now at least.
What about Hickenlooper, though? Where does he stand?
He's the wild card here.
He's the one to watch.
Exactly. He's expressed some real interest in Chavez-DeRemer's stance on youth apprenticeships.
Apprenticeships.
Which is an issue that's near and dear to his heart.
Right.
But he's also said that her flip-flop on the PRO Act gave him pause, I think is a polite way to put it.
Right, like maybe she's not so trustworthy after all.
Maybe, and he's also made a point of saying that, ultimately, Chavez-DeRemer will be serving at the pleasure of the president.
Right, which means President Trump.
Exactly, and that's going to weigh on the minds of some of these Democrats.
Because President Trump has not exactly been a champion of labor unions.
You could say that again.
So it's like they're caught in the middle.
They are. They're trying to figure out, what's the best path forward.
What's the lesser of two evils, almost.
Right, and it really highlights the divisions in both parties right now.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a Republican nominee who might not even get confirmed without Democrats.
It's a pretty unusual situation.
It is.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, what does this tell us about the state of our politics?
Right. Is there any room left for compromise?
On issues like this, labor rights.
It's a big question.
It is. And even if Chavez-DeRemer does get confirmed.
Yeah, what then?
You have to wonder, whose interests will she really be looking out for?
Will it be the workers, the unions, or the president?
Right, because her record on this is, let's say, complicated.
It's one way to put it.
Lots to think about there, folks. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this all unfolds, but in the meantime,
stay tuned.
We want to hear from you. What do you think all this means for the future of labor rights in this country?
Leave us a comment and let us know.
Until next time.
See ya.